Hi everybody, I'm Andy and this is A Drop of Rum. Now I'm not a rum expert, you might find that out in a few moments time, but I am a curious bloke from Yorkshire who decided to give rum a proper go and explore the world of cost-effective rums, usually from a supermarket, but cost-effective rums, one bottle at a time. Now we're starting with this one. This is Lidl's Liberté Black Spiced rum, that spiced rum. This has been my go-to spiced rum for probably about 2 or 3 years now. I just like it. For me, it's cheap. It is now, I think, getting accessible. It used to be a rum that was only available near Christmas at Lidl. It now seems to be available all year round. And for me, it's a bit like Kraken, but without the price tag. Now, just take a look at it. Look at the bottle. We all know, looking at that bottle, it's going to be a clone of Kraken. I mean, just look at it. It's got that sort of mysterious, foreign port vibe going on. It looks piratey, which is exactly what Kraken does, isn't it? Even the imagery on the front just looks like it's very Krakeny. But this is about 16 quid. I can't remember what you paid for it. It's about 15, 16 quid. And what's Kraken? You're paying 25, 26 quid for that. That's sort of expense I can well do without. So if I can find something that's like Kraken, but 10 quid cheaper, I'm all for it, for being brutally honest. This is 40% ABV. I think that's the same as Kraken. I really should research that a little bit before I pressed record here, but I think Kraken's exactly the same as this. I think this is just a clone of Kraken. Now, like I say, as I do drink this, I do drink it a lot. I thought it'd be a good place to start because it's an aroma and a flavour I know, and like I said, it's accessible, it's cheap, and for the price, it's probably stronger than it actually should be. So we're going to pour it, we're going to take a look at it, we're going to have it neat, and I'm going to mix it with some cola, and we're going to see what it's like mixed as well. So let's get it into a glass. Now I'm used to doing beer reviews, Andy's beer reviews. If you want to see what my beer, if you're interested in your beers and want to see what the beer reviews are like. Now, I will say, in that bottle there, even on video, that does look really dark. In the glass, this is how you know I'm not a proper rum expert. I don't know if I'm drinking this out the right bloody glass or not. It looks like a dark cola in there. Looks slightly dark on video, but believe me, it looks like a dark cola. It doesn't look black, even though it is called a black spice rum. So it's going to be interesting what this is like. Let's get the aroma. It does smell like Kraken. You got a sweet vanilla in there. A little burnt toffee. And you get a little bit of spice too. Bit of clove, bit of ginger. As it starts to warm up, I'm getting a little bit of citrus in there as well. A little bit of orange peel coming through. It smells nice, and like I say, for me, that smells just like Kraken. Now, let's drink it neat. Let's see what it's like. Cheers, everybody. As a dark spice rum, I don't find it unpleasant at all. I don't get any. I've had some rums over this last couple of years, and I do get a little bit of burn from the alcohol. I don't get that on this. I don't get it. I think it's a really nice, smooth, dark spice rum. Now, it's not as sweet as the aroma. It comes across really sweet. I don't think flavour-wise, I don't think it's half as sweet as the aroma suggests. It has got a little of alcohol kick in there, but it's not got that alcohol burn. And then those flavours start to kick in. If I'm being brutally honest, does it taste like it's got fresh spice in there that's been maturing in an oak barrel for years? No. It tastes like it's probably a cheap rum that's had some spicy syrup mixed to it. That's what it tastes like. But you have got those spices in there. You've got a little bit of dark toffee, a little bit of vanilla coming through. little bit of tiny little bit of citrus in there as well. On the flavour side, for me, that vanilla flavour just keeps drifting in and out. So vanilla, it's gone and it comes back again. It comes back in, like the picture says, that vanilla flavour, for me, comes up in waves. It just keeps going backwards and forwards. Like I said, for the price, I don't think we're getting a top quality rum here. I think we have to remember that we're getting a cheap rum. There'll be a blend from different countries. I've never even read the back of the label. Liberté Black Spiced masterfully blends the smooth rum with, it says that smooth rum, doesn't say where it's from, I don't think, no, it doesn't, with fiery spice. It gives a deep, rich flavour with a stormy finish. Alluring notes of nutmeg, orange, and creamy vanilla. We're getting, I said vanilla. Yeah, there's a little bit of citrus, a little bit of tastes like orange peel in there. Getting that. Blah blah blah. Flavours of coffee and clove. Get that little clovey kick in there. No coffee coming through really. Only to come alive when plunged into a mixer. Well, luckily, I have a mixer as well. So when we finish talking about this, I shall add a mixer. And I think for dark spice rum, I think you can't go wrong with a nice cola. So for me, I think it's very nice. I think as it goes, that's a decent enough rum. And like I said, I think that is probably on par for me with what Kraken's like. Right then, let's get a little bit more in that glass. Let's mix this with some cola. I don't usually mix my rums, but apparently I think 80–90% of us are supposed to do that. So I will do that with rums, just so I can tell you what it's like, with some sort of mixer. You mix, that's a fingerish, so another 2 fingers of that. I mean, to me, that's just watering down rum. We're about there, aren't we? And now we got a rum and coke. Let's see what it's like, shall we? I'm personally not a fan. I have to say, I'm not a fan. For me, it just tastes like a coke that's got some strange alcohol flavour to it now. But what I will say is there's a little bit of coffee coming through on that. It said coffee on the label, and I didn't get it when it was neat. But now I've mixed it, there is that little bit of a coffee flavour coming through. And that flavour with dark spice rum just does work quite nicely. It's different. It's not, for me, necessarily better, but it is different. It's brought in a little bit of coffee note. The spices are still there. That little bit of vanilla is still there. Maybe I should have some ice, but I haven't. For me, like I say, I always prefer to drink these neat rather than mixed. But I know some of you, a lot of you, like it neat, so that's what we're going to do as well. It's all right. Do you know what? It's all right for a cheap supermarket. I will say, for a cheap supermarket rum, I wasn't expecting. I'll tell you, I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting the Caribbean to turn up at my bar. Was expecting when I bought a cheap rum from Lidl is something that you can drink neat and be comfortable with. Stick a Coke in, or I'm sure you can drink some ginger ale in this and be really happy with it all day long. Believe me, I've had a lot worse rums than this, and on this journey, we're going to drink a lot more worse than this. But this is all right. What about it again? Absolutely. I buy this all the time, and now it's available. Looks like it might be available all year round, not just at Christmas. This is going to be one of my go-to dark spice rums until I find something better. Would I take it to a barbecue and share with friends? Yes, of course I would, because I think it's definitely a decent beer. Like I said, it doesn't taste like fresh spices. It tastes like a spicy syrup has been mixed with a rum. But you know what? For the price, 15–16 quid, I'll take it all day, every day. So I'm going to rate it twice. I'm going to rate a rum as neat, and then I'll rate it as mixed. As neat, personally, I prefer it neat. I'm going to score it. And I know where I stand with this. It is my go-to rum, so you think I'm going to score it highly, but I'm not. There's better out there. Excuse me. So I am going to use this as a bit of a benchmark. I'm going to score this 4 out of 10, which has surprised me now those words have left my mouth. That I'm going to score it 4 out of 10, well, this is my go-to rum and I drink it a lot. But like I said, I think there is better out there, and together we're going to find those better rums. Mixed. It's growing on me mixed, I have to say. I've never drunk it mixed before. The flavour's a little bit more subtle. Like I said, a little bit of coffee flavour is now starting to come through. The vanilla and the spice are still there. I think mixed with Coke, I think that works. I'm going to score it 4 out of 10 as a mix as well. Have you tried this yourself? Let me know what you reckon about this this rum. Are there any rums you're thinking I should be reviewing? If they are, drop me a comment and let me know what they are. If you've got a recommendation, particularly got a recommendation for a bottle of dark spice rum that is under 20 quid, let me know about it. Chuck it in the comments below. I'm all ears, and I'll find it and we'll have a little taste. Under 20 quid, it's got to be available, easily available. Let me know and we'll get reviewed. Right, that's it. That's your lot for today. Remember, I'm Andy and this has been A Drop of Rum. I'll see you next time for another top and a little bit of chat. Cheers, everybody.